Welcome back, everybody. My name is Dragagon, and this is GregTech New Horizons. In the last video, I left off collecting all of the materials here in the Stone Age, getting a little bit of some of the stuff set up, getting ready to be able to get lava. I am not anywhere close to having that done yet. Right now, I'm still waiting on these cotton plants to grow so that I can get some of that stuff. I am slowly collecting enough of the cotton to make string so that I can get the amount of string I need in order to make the 6 woven cotton. But this is just, it's going to take time because you need 5 string per woven cotton, and it takes 3 cotton per string. So yeah, it takes just a little bit of time. But as you can see, I've got a ton of stuff here in my inventory. And that's because first off, I'm going to have to make some more stone brick just because I'm going to need to be able to make more of these mortars. But I did have a couple of goals in mind for right this second. The first of which is to have get the oops, I forgot I can't show you with that there, is to get the coke oven bricks, working towards getting charcoal, which I'm guessing is the first coke oven. So yeah, here I am just going through this thing, making up these guys. They come in groups of 3. I need 104 of them, which means that I need a stack plus another, I believe that's, I have to do 105, so that's a stack plus another 41. So if I go ahead and fill that guy up to there, if we go ahead and run this, and then that 41 can go across there. Maybe not. I may have to go get more or something, or at least maybe not go get more, but have to at least get the stuff I need. So 64, that's not enough. I need 3 more. So there's that. There we go. So that is that's the 105 right there. That I need in order to get the first part of this done. So if we look at this, yeah, there's all 104 now, and then I've got to cook them all up so that it can actually make the 104 coke oven bricks that I actually need. The other thing I went ahead and was doing was I was also gathering up all the materials necessary to go under the multi-block goals and to work on the grout that we will need in order to make the seared brick stuff in order to make oh, cat died on the cactus. In order to make the smeltery. So I've got a lot of this stuff here at the moment. I'm going to have to go through, and I'm going to be breaking these things. So many of these things of the whatever these things are called here, the mortar and pestle, just because that's just what's going to happen. See, I only get 32 out of these things. So it'll take a little while. That's why I decided to go ahead and smelt up. I'm probably going to need more mortars than what I've already got going on here so far, just because of the nature of how these things go. So there's 22 of them. I need more of the stone before I can, well, and that's almost done. That's excellent. Before I can continue to work on that stuff. And then the other thing that I will do in the meantime is also get these unfired coke brick ovens cooked up, or coke oven bricks cooked up. And that way I can get some more of this stuff taken care of. So yeah, so there's 4 more of those guys. I can then come in here and do, there's 32, there's 64, oops, and that'll get me more of those, and then another one, there we go, and that'll get me all the way up to 54, but that's still not enough yet in order to have all that I need for the grout. So I'm going to keep going, keep making some stuff, and get to work on finishing up our seared brick stuff so that we can build that smeltery. So you'll join me back here in a bit. In the meantime, I'm also going to keep an eye on the cotton, keep trying to have that stuff coming in so that I can make all that string. So see you back in a bit. Alright, so I have my oven going. It's smelting down these coke oven bricks. I went and gathered all of the clay I needed and broke it down into the clay dust that I needed, and there's the sand and gravel. It's more than enough of the sand and the gravel that I need in order to make this grout. Yeah, there's the fun part of grout, is needing these buckets of water. Let's see here. Can we make a forestry workbench, I think is what it's called. Forestry. Those are fancy workbenches. But I don't think that's what I want. Doesn't look like what I want. Let's see here. So let's do this then. Let's look up a workbench. And they may have taken it away. Who knows? Auto workbench, no. Yeah, maybe this is what I'm thinking it's supposed to be, but you need some other stuff. No, let's do this. Let's do at forestry. And let's see if we can figure out where that workbench might be. Work table. Maybe that's what I'm thinking it is, but that's not going to be anytime soon. All right. Well, so what I was thinking is that if I could get like one of these workbenches where it'll hold the items in while you're making stuff, then I could just grab water, put it in, make the stuff. Grab water, put it in, make the stuff. And maybe I'm just misremembering what it is, or it's quite possible that they made it harder to make just so that you have to make this all by hand. But in any case, I'm not seeing what I'm thinking I'm supposed to see, just so that I can try and make this a little easier. So instead, we get to have the fun job of making this grout by hand. So the clay goes on either side of the bucket with gravel and sand across the top and bottom there. And so let's grab out our tools here. And I am just going to start taking this water away. There's that. Sand, gravel. There's 4. And there's 4 more. And let's move that up there. That way we get our buckets right where they're easy to reach. So bucket, those guys, that, and there we go. There's some more grout. And this will just take a while. And then as I'm doing this, I'm also keeping an eye over here on the oven, making sure that it's not going to suddenly stop. And meaning, actually, I can probably already do it. Yep, there we go. 51 there, so we'll pile those in there, and we'll just let that cook up. And just like the quest recommends, you want to make sure that you get all 104 of them made before you move on to the next step, just because moving on to the next step will mean that it won't recognize that you have everything you need. And if you don't have everything you need, then you don't get the quest complete for that. So yeah, working on this 162 grout, basically 4 at a time, well 8 at a time because I have 2 buckets. And so we'll just be going through making this stuff. I'm probably not going to have a whole lot of water left here when I'm done, but that's okay. We'll get through it, and then maybe I can refill it at some later point in time. So yeah, I'm going to be here a little while. I will bring you guys back in once stuff is a little further along rather than watching me grab water, make the items, grab water, make the items. The unseared bricks I can just wrap around the wooden form. That's easy enough. And then I'll go ahead and just cook them up and get the seared bricks already done. Just get all 162 of them. So I'll bring you guys back in here once all of that stuff is complete. Well, back again. I went ahead and I got all of my seared bricks smelted up. I have my furnace. And then I have a little bit of charcoal here. I ran around and did some more exploring. So if I look at my map, I ran up this way. I found a loot game spot that I haven't played yet. And then I was just doing some looking around to see what is available and around me. I've found 2 veins of stuff already. But it's weird. It doesn't always show up when I hit the ores. So there are a couple of spots where I've dug down and I've found where the ore is, and it's still not popping up on my map. So I'm trying to remember. I could have swore this thing was always a 3x3, but the way it's behaving is acting more like a 6x6. But anyway, I can't dig those yet because my flint pickaxe is only set to stone. So I was working my way through a little bit more of the quests. I've been still working on collecting some cotton. I planted a couple more cotton plants back here just so that I would have them all taken care of. Trying to work my way through it. I'm up to 16 now of the cotton. So anyway, I need my 2 lovely buckets here. Let's see here. There's one, and there's one. And these guys are going to go into making us this stuff. So there's 2 bricks there. There's 2 bricks there. And I'm just going to keep on working on that. In the meantime, however, I was looking at what coins I can use to buy stuff. I did find here in the fishing, farming, and cooking, there still is the healing axe is what I was thinking of when I was looking for stuff. And with those, you have to turn in a whole bunch of the gardens. Now, there's several of these gardens that I haven't seen yet. Nether garden, of course, in the nether. The ground garden, the desert garden, the grass garden, and the water garden are all ones that I don't have yet. So that'll probably take some more exploration to find some of those so that I can then put them down and get 8 of them. And then, of course, it takes a bunch of firm tofu, silken tofu, and then a bunch of food. And then once you get all of that stuff, you get this axe that you can right-click and basically eat in order to keep your hunger fed. But anyway, the other thing that I have is I had that for charcoal because I can go ahead and detect and turn that in. And then what that's going to do is that's going to unlock then copper sky iron curtain. So processing more advanced materials such as iron or copper. Let's go ahead and checkbox that. And then that's going to unlock all kinds of fun stuff. So our first upgrade is to get 4 stacks of cobble, and we'll get an iron pickaxe head. So I think, oh, not quite. I've got 3 stacks plus 19. So there's that. So I'll have to go and dig up a little bit more, then repair my flint pickaxe, and then we can start looking at getting some actual ores. Yeah, this thing is still saying it's a 3x3 chunk. So yeah, absolutely. We'll have to deal with that. Digging deeper. Yeah, NEI can also show you how to find ores. Basically, if you come in here and we type ore, and you, is it left click? Left click. And that shows you everything you can do to process it. Maybe that's because that's just a bad ore to pick. But it's supposed to tell you where these ores come from. So anyway, yeah, we'll be able to start looking for materials and stuff like that as soon as that part is done. Oh, look, it looks like there's an infernal Oh, no, zombie. Regular zombie, and he died. I put these things up here so that they can't climb up and come out and hit me at my base, which is always nice. Spiders can, of course, still climb that, but yeah, that'll keep me somewhat safe there. So I'm going to keep on going with this stuff. I'm going to make the rest of these blocks, and then, of course, having to work on this burning our fingers, and then with the multi-block goals, we're now down to this point here, making 28 seared bricks, so I'm going to make some more of those, and then continuing on down the rest of these tasks in order to make ourselves our smeltery and get some aluminum ore berries and a couple of steam age loot bags. So we'll see you back here in a bit. Well, got some of the other stuff taken care of. I went ahead and built my smeltery. So here it is, right next to one of my mining chunks, which means it's perfect for me to fall down and either kill myself or seriously injure myself, falling every time I go running over there. Yeah, and then the other thing I did was I went to find another an ore chunk and dug down a little ways and got ourselves the 4 stacks of cobble so that I can come over here and turn them all in. There we go, 4 stacks of cobble. I can get the pickaxe head. I'm going to go for the loot bag. The loot bags I've just been storing in here as I get them. They do stack, so that's kind of nice. They stacked last time. I don't know why I thought they didn't, but there's now a slot for them there. Here we have our iron pickaxe head, and you can see I've repaired my tools as well. The only tool that really matters, though, is the pickaxe, because I'm going for that iron head there. Now what I can do is I can come running down here, and maybe this thing will actually update now that I have the ability to mine it up. So let's see here. Well, at least I can mine up my gold and vanadium magnetite. And then as I get further along in other places, hopefully this map will start filling out. The other hope is that these things are... they're just not loading up because the veins are so widespread as opposed to just not working. How far did I go? Did I go too far already? Where am I trying to go? Nope, there it is. Just up and to the left. Right, there it is. So yeah, I'm going to do some more digging around. I have only 6 more string to go, so that's only 18 more cotton. And once I have that 18 more cotton, I can begin making the gloves. And then once I can make the gloves, of course, then we'll be able to continue on. So yeah, I'm going to work on getting some iron. I got to work on getting the gloves. I'm going to dig down and find some lava so that I can use some iron buckets and bucket it back up. So I'll bring you guys back in once we are ready to progress a little bit more. It'll probably be quite a bit of me digging, which is not fun to watch. So we'll be back soon enough. Okay, I was finally able to get all of the string and cotton, and now the other string and the leather, so that I can do this and that, and there is our 6 woven cotton. Now I want to make sure that that gets picked up so that I can get to the next quest, but now we can make our lava gloves. So let's see here. We have 6 across here. We have 3 like that, 3 like that. So there is a right hand. Don't just double click them because you have to reverse it. Oops. Like that, in order to make sure you make both hands. There we go. Don't burn your fingers. Complete. And then we can slap those on. Now, One of the nice things is you don't have to know which one is which, because if you put them on the wrong hands, it gives you a little tooltip thing up at the top that these feel weird. So there we go. Now we have our gloves, so we can run down, find some lava. We actually get 2 fired clay buckets as well, so that's handy. Handy, my bad. But with that done, we'll probably have to work on getting iron and then this important tools thing, and then we'll unlock some of the stuff up here, maybe. I'm not sure. But in any case, we at least are moving right along. Someone was saying that depending on how close you are to spawn is why these things may or may not show up. So while I do have them marked, I want to say that this guy and this guy are actually like 2 chunks closer to where I am. I've just been having some issues with the stuff showing up properly, and some people are thinking it's just because of how close to spawn I am. I went back over here to my starting area and I went ahead and marked cassiterite, and that is because it's more than just cassiterite. This is actually an asbestos vein. So if we take a look at the usages of this guy, right here you can see it's called a garnet tin vein, and it's got cassiterite sand, garnet sand, asbestos, and diatomite. So that is nice to have in our world there. So yeah, a couple of ores there. I went ahead and marked it in the ore chunk that it's in. It's just that I've got it on my bookmarks because it's not being registered properly yet. I may have to start moving out elsewhere in order to get those things to work. So yeah, that's an eventuality thing, but the nice thing is that now I have the lava gloves, so we can get moving on some of the further quests. I can now pick up lava, bring it up here, and then I can work on getting some iron ingots. This says 1 of 72. Oddly enough, because you get 1 for free from the quest line, from this guy right here. How the heck do I find ores? You get 1 iron ingot, which is nice because you quickly run out of the durability in this iron pickaxe while you're trying to run it down and get some of these ores, so that you have enough ores available to process down more iron in order to repair it. Otherwise, you're going to have to make another pickaxe out of flint and go find more iron ore that way. So yeah, that is, I think, it for this episode. I'm going to work on getting some of these ores. I'm going to find some more stuff, and then I will probably just get some lava and get this guy going. And once we have that done, we should be having fun. I will see you guys in the next episode. Till then.